Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, of week number 2 of the 2024 OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series here for the Middle of Ohio Grand Prix. My name is Carlos Acosta, and joining me for the first time this season is Jeremy Briggs. Jeremy, how you doing, man?
Hello, Carlos. Hello, Vic. Great to be back up here tonight. Great to be back a part of this league, this great series, great drivers. I'm excited to be here. 3-Wide Television always bringing a great broadcast. I'm excited to be back up here for the rest of the season as well, alongside other commentators, and excited for this race to get going.
Yeah, well, we had a very fun week. A lot of good, clean racing. I'm sure Vic would agree. Didn't have an issue. No post-race penalties. Whatever minor arguments I had between drivers got settled throughout the week, and now we're going road course racing here for the second week, as we got a couple road races coming up soon as well. But for right now, we're at Ohio, middle of Ohio here, at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. But before we can even continue, I believe, Vic, you have some information for us regarding this year's commentator standings. Vic is having issues again, but we do have it up on the screen here. Oh, you good?
There it is.
I got it. Okay. Woo. I did it. I don't know what just happened. My computer just froze for a second. So that was good. What am I supposed to... Huh? What's going on?
We're doing the Binks Design 2024 B. Vic, I see you done goofed here. You forgot to get rid of the... That's fine.
I was in a hurry.
It's all right. It's all right.
There we go.
Broadcast
Quick
championship.
fix. I like it.
All right. So, well, I guess, Vic, who's going first?
Jeremy's going first. Jeremy, you get free reign of, as we explained, any of the drivers here.
I'm looking at Adam Peeler for this event.
That is okay. That is a pick.
Alright.
Up next is Trevor.
Did he send a pick?
He did send me picks.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that sounded way worse than I wanted it to. He wants Daniel Gore. He wants Daniel Gore for half one, and we'll give it to him.
All right, that's good. I like Gore. I'm assuming I'm next.
Yes, you are.
I like Gore, but I have a strong feeling, and also because I can't pick Gore, that a certain Mr. Ethan Burrell is going to be winning this very first sprint.
These are bold choices from both of you. But I think that you both haven't picked the right person. Whilst I don't think he's going to win, I do see a great finish, and I kind of want to use him up early because, I don't know, I just want to. I'm going to go with the 73 of Kynan Jones. Despite the fact that he is not feeling well, he has no confidence here. I have confidence in his abilities. So that's my half one pick.
It's a good pick.
Especially we'll have
complain
it on
about that.
board, I believe. I believe we'll have it on board tonight with your pick. So it'll be a great feature along this broadcast here on 3 Wide Television. As qualifying is just wrapping up there, we'll be getting a grid here shortly. We will go through the rest of tonight's process, as it looks like it's going to be the dual sprint and feature.
Yeah.
22 cars will invert, looks like.
Yeah,
And they'll have
before
2 sets of tires.
Yeah, before we get to any of that, I do want to give a massive thank you to Weekend Woodsmen for sponsoring the series, coming back for another fantastic season. They have a quick video they want us to play. We're going to go ahead and do just that, and we'll be right back with the rest.
Be sure to check out Tim Mayo Conrad and the Weekend Woodsman crew on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button to get notifications when a new video drops, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Enjoy the race.
Jeremy, we are back. Our lovely unpaid intern, Vic Bloom, has gone out and talked to the teams, and he did say that they're expecting about 22 laps of green flag racing before they have to go down pit road, which means that in this first sprint, which is only 17 laps, they're not really expecting anybody to have to go down pit road unless they got race damage. So for the sprint, nobody should be going down pit road, but for the feature, which is 29 laps, that's the one where we're going to be seeing pit strategy go into play. I have a feeling that those that pit early, get themselves in the back and away from trouble, separated from the group, they're going to go ahead and have a fantastic run for the end.
Absolutely, and they only need to get about 6 or 7 laps in, and they can pit for their fuel stop if they want to try and do it early. But fresh tires towards the end might feel better if they want to do that strategy as well. I'm not too familiar with how much tire wear here at Mid-Ohio, but it is a road course, and you're braking hard and getting on that gas hard, so there is definitely tire wear, and I feel like tires will come into play when the pit strategies start to unfold.
Wonderful set, but we are all done with qualifying, and I have the starting lineup here any second now. And once we do, we will go over that. But it's a beautiful day for another beautiful set of races, and Jeremy, you have commentated here a couple times. But OSCA has some of the best races, like road races, I've ever seen. In the poll, Daniel Gore, Ryan Gavel 2 is outside. Qualifying in third place is my pick in the number 44 machine, Ethan Burrell. Fourth place is going to be Canadian James Miller. Ty McIntosh, the Sith Lord, aka Potty Mouth, qualified in fifth, with Cooper Johnson, one of my drivers, starting out in sixth place. Ray Bracey has done a lot of practice time for this race, qualified in seventh. Alongside him is going to be Noah Brown in the eighth positioned car. Ninth is going to be Kynan Jones, who hopefully will start feeling better. And 10th alongside him is going to be Darren Staff. And 11th will be Dylan Gooden for Castle Motorsports. And in 12th place will be James Watson. Zach Evans in the not so MeFi machine, but the Binks design machine, starting in 13th place. Dustin Dewar in 14th. Santiago Aguirre will be starting in 15th, with Jake Scarborough to his outside in 16th place. Matt Hackathorn, Matt the Hack, qualified in 17th, and Canadian Caden Tubbs in 18th, right along him to his outside. Mr. Jeff Green will be qualifying in 19th, with Dylan Thomas right alongside him in 20th. 21st and 22nd is going to be David Westergreen with Neil Rutt III right along him. Mekio Persiglio had qualified in 23rd and is going to be starting in 23rd. I don't know why I said that. Adam Peeler to his outside in the 24th. 25th is Thomas Capiano and Austin Beers in 26th. 27th and 28th, rounding out the field here at the very end, is going to be Alex Kenton and Tim Conrad. So, 28 cars here to start this first sprint. And I have a feeling it's going to be a very fun one like we usually get. You mentioned it very briefly, 22 car invert. So, only 6 drivers will not get to invert here tonight.
And if you're towards the back, maybe your strategy is to try to get into that 22nd position so you can try to find yourself in the front, you know, just getting inverted there, and hopefully, you know, get a good finish in that second round, or that second feature, excuse me. As it looks like the cars are now rolling on the track. I believe this will be 1 to green. Half number 1 will be 17 laps. Gore, Gavel will be on the front row. Miller and Burrell will be your second row. Third row, Johnson and McIntosh. Those first cars are gonna be right there, ready to roll, and this is gonna be one heck of a show. We got a lot of cars. This is a road course. A lot's gonna happen. I feel like we're gonna have a lot of chaos here. Once these drivers get strung out, though, we'll be putting down some good laps, and hopefully we can get some good bumper-to-bumper action, clean bumper-to-bumper action, I should say. "17 laps." Like I said, a lot of big names in here. 2 big names for sure. Jeff Green. Let's see what we can do with these guys. Show them how it's done. Guys and girls, if there's any out there, I'm not sure. And then we get ready. There's a few more turns. They're out there on the back stretch. This is literally the middle of nowhere's mid-Ohio. 2.25 mile, 13 turn track. The drivers prepare to go green. We watch
Big
from
step.
above, got a thing. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
big separation between the pace truck and the rest of the drivers.
You know, I was just thinking that in my head, how much of a gap there was, but it looks like everybody's getting kind of bunched back up here. It might be a little difficult for them to be side by side through these turns. You know, they're trying to maybe not make any contact early on for no reason, especially on pace laps. As we get ready to come onto the final turn here, the pace truck will be making a left-hand turn, as the drivers will be making a left-hand turn as well onto the front stretch. Gore, green flag is in the air, and we're off here in the OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series.
I'm already seeing a couple drivers wrecking in the back. The 52 has gone around, and caution is immediately out.
One thing we didn't think we were going to see here was a caution. We talked about with race control, if there was a big incident that was going to collect a few cars, you know, we're going to have to wave that yellow so we can try to avoid more mayhem. As we take a look at the replay here on 3-wide television.
Oh,
Looks at the 52
multiple
just gets
cars.
loose. Oh man, the 52 just got loose and just tagged him. Unfortunate. I don't know if there's any fast repairs, if they have to wait for the
No.
next feature, but that night is going to be done early.
Yeah, the 52 of Jake Scarborough didn't even get a chance to start the race. The 9 also spinning on the
9,
back.
yep.
I don't think he got hit by anybody, but the 52 got hit by 2 other vehicles, the 04 and the 71. Significant damage to both of those, and honestly, good call by Vic to immediately throw out the caution.
Yeah, we had a hectic all over the place. You see Neil Rutt there, the Binks design machine snuck through that one. Looks like he was damage free. Just chaos there on the start. Like I said, this is a road course. It's chaotic. As Miller, I believe, is going to be scored as our leader, James Miller. We'll have to see what it looks like when we come back around. I'm not sure how they were running there as we were watching there.
Yeah,
Everything was
James Miller
unfolding.
Yep. Would be your current
Looks like
race
they
leader.
are. Yep. Nope. Looks like Gore is going to get that position back. Yep. I believe
yeah.
Gore and then Gavel. Yep. I was wondering what happened there. I wasn't really paying attention, so I said that. And I was like, I'm not sure. We'll have to look at this other replay here.
So here's David Westergreen's onboard. Maybe see what happened. I think a little too much beans.
Oh,
Yeah, the car
gassed her up a little too much.
unsettled. Uh-huh.
And those cold tires, it's like driving on ice skates. That are dull, very dull ice skates.
Here's Jake Scarborough.
Oh, man, you can see it just wiggle a little bit. That just shifts that weight on those rear tires just enough. And it's just if you're goosing it up too much, it's over with right there. And this early on, you really hate to see it.
Austin. Oh, this is not Austin Beers. Excuse me. All right, this is Austin Beers onboard. Apparently, he went off track.
Looks like he went to the right, trying to avoid all this mayhem. Oh, there's a car over there to the right as well.
Santiago.
Unfortunately, with this problem right now, it looks like the pace car is in turn 3 and 4, as we're not even to the front stretch yet.
Yeah. We got plenty of time, but Santiago was the first driver at the 52 kind of hit in the quarter panel, sent him spinning. He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay, but a little bit of damage to his car before he even took the start finish line.
But looking at this caution lap, I think it's turned into a race with no passing because we're trying our hardest to get to that pace car. It is hauling the mail.
So here's what we're gonna do, since it's gonna take so long and we just started the broadcast. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick break, and then we'll be back once we go back to green.
All right, everybody, welcome back. As everybody's caught back up to the pace truck. Pace truck lights are off. Like I said, Gore and Gavel still your front row. We had one lap complete under green, I think. Not even a lap. Excuse me. And, good thing those laps counted under green. Now we have 4 laps complete of the 17 of this first, I should say, sprint with a 22 car invert. Everybody's good on fuel. Just a few more turns. Then we'll be on the front stretch. The pace truck's going to make a left-hand turn now as everybody's kind of far away from that pace truck. Gore is our leader. Got the field all nice and bunched up. So hopefully we can have a better restart. Green flag is being waved. Gore takes off. Looks like everybody doing okay as well behind him so far. 3 wide. Now back to 2 wide behind them. Gore into turn 1. The Gavel hanging on there on the outside. Now going to be on the inside for the next turn. Clean and green so far, farther than we got last time. Lots of cars dive into this turn. Oh, we're almost 3 wide. Mid-pack there with the 44 and others. Still clean and great restart there. These drivers must have got a little bit of message. Everybody's getting nice and single file there as the first 6 cars are single file as we now go into the turn. Everybody fans out, trying to make moves, trying to gain positions into turn 5, I believe this is.
Ooh, Mecchio has gone off track. He's going to lose a lot of spots. But he still has a very nice and clean car, so it just needs to regroup, get himself focused. He'll be back up there in position in no time. Having a little bit of a blink. Mecchio last week was running well, and unfortunately disconnected up near the front as he just got the DC'd and just kind of ruined his race from that point. Meanwhile, still back up at the front, Daniel Gore pulling a little bit away from Ryan Gavel, but Gavel has James Miller right behind him, breathing, trying to get that position. Ethan Burrell in 4th, Noah Brown 5th, and Cooper Johnson and Ray Bracey trying to catch back up to the rest of the field alongside, or I should say behind them is Darren Staff and Ty McIntosh. Kyden Jones has himself a top 10 very early on in the race. That's where he wants to be. And I'm sure as long as he continues to run in the top 10, he's going to be feeling mighty fine.
I believe that is our first green flag lap completed. One of.
We did it, boys.
Yeah, let's go. Drivers are now
joking aside, we were talking to Vic about how we do have this manual caution could be thrown out if the track gets blocked, and we've only had to do it 2 other times. This will be the 3rd time because OSCA usually doesn't have issues like that, and it's very rare. It's a very tricky, especially in the mid and back of the field, very tricky section to restart from. And you mentioned it as well with the cold tires. It was just a horrible combination, but everybody else made it work. And we only have one driver that is out of this race and hasn't even taken a time officially, Jake Scarborough. If he can get his car repaired and do at least 1 lap, I think he'll be scored. Or based on how SimRacer Hub scores it, I think he'll be scored. But if he can't, then that's going to be a real shame. Ooh, no, Brown driving it on the inside of Cooper Johnson as he makes a pass there. It's going to set Noah Brown into 5th place.
Drivers finally getting comfortable with their cars. Brakes are warmed up. Tires are warmed up. 11 laps to go. Gore, Gavel, Miller, Burrell, Brown, Johnson, Bracey, Staff, McIntosh, and Kynan Jones, your top 10. As we go and look at the three wide television multicam. Lots of action going on. Like I said, drivers finally getting comfortable with their cars, getting laps put down. All this action is really mid-pack. The top 10 pretty strung out. No real dipping and diving. These drivers also know that the next race they're going to be mid-packers, so enjoy it while they can, because next race they might be stuck in a little bit of chaos. As these are the fastest drivers, and that's why they're up towards the front, so that's going to make for some great racing, I am hoping for. As we're right on board there with James Miller, he is up 1 position there with a foot cam, I believe.
Yep. I'm known
nice
as
shot.
the king of feet in the OSCA community as I make sure I get all the feet cameras pointed correctly for the broadcasting. Is James Miller. Lovely footwork as he's navigating through the final corners before he crosses the start-finish line. Currently in third, up one position from where he started tonight's race.
See a lot of movement in there. That driver looks like really comfortable. Got a really good feel of that car. So might be a little bit of motion sim action or just really wheeling the crap out of it. Looking great early on here. See if Miller can make something happen. As Gore's kind of definitely separated himself a little bit. 2 and 3 kind of on their own little battle. 4th on their own island. 5th with 6th, 7th, and 8th right behind them.
When you sim race, do you wear shoes when you use the pedals? Because I can't do that. I can't be barefoot. But I gotta have like socks on my grippers for me to race. I can't do shoes though.
I'm a barefooter. Yep.
You're a barefooter?
Yep. The only way I know how to do it. It's just different, I guess. I mean, if I had the opportunity to try some shoes, I would, but I don't know. I feel like I just don't have the feel as much as I do with the shoes. I'm also not that good, so I will also put that out there. So everybody looks to be doing well right now as we got 10 laps to go here. Got some battles starting to get found as drivers are starting to fall off. On board here with Darren's staff, up 2 positions from the 10th starting spot, the RK Motorsports machine.
Yeah, Darren's putting in a lot of hours this week. Darren's a driver who has struggled a lot in road courses, and yeah, he sees that we're talking to him. He got a new haircut, I can tell. But Darren's a driver who struggles in road courses, and lately he's been improving. He's been gaining so much knowledge and skill at these places where he's been having a blast with the last couple of OSCA road events. And back now and currently in the top 10 for Mid-Ohio. So a good, strong, early start to Darren's staff.
There's Darren, give us a little look there. Thank you, Darren, especially for the onboard camera. All the drivers that are providing his cameras. Ty McIntosh right here. Currently in position number 9. Down 4 positions from his starting position. See him wheeling it left and right. These drivers are doing great right now, man. They're really in their zone and focused. Hustling these machines. It is not easy. They're making it look it, that is for sure.
Yeah, Ty, the Sith Lord has his microphone that shines bright red. So especially when it's really dark in his room, it just looks like he's got a lightsaber that's on. But yeah, doing good so far. Kynan Jones currently in 10th. I think he started in 9th. The driver who's not feeling well. That heart rate though is honestly it's been dipping from compared to last season where he was at kind of in the 130s, almost 140s. Now he's in the 120s, 126. So that's I guess he's been seeing his doctor. It's still way too high, but he's doing all right. And he mentioned it after the race, but you can see his screen reflection off of his fish tank, and yes, it is a fish tank.
You know, fun fact, my heart rate is around the same, so I'll tell you this, Kynan Jones is not alone. I believe it's going to be good afternoon to Kynan down there in Australia. As you can see the heart rate, it's great. I love technology, man. It's so crazy that we can be here on the sim racing with somebody from Australia and see what their current heart rate is.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, let's go ahead. We've broken down some of the in-car camera drivers. We do have a couple more, but we'll see about them later. As
we don't want to spoil everybody too early, you know.
Let's take a look. Gather ourselves back up with what's going on in the front here with
Absolutely.
8 laps remaining. Daniel Gore is faster, I would say faster than Gavel, but isn't really able to fully pull away. Trademark Cast is asking, who did I get for my pick? I'm assuming that is you, Trevor, and if that's the case, I believe you got your first pick. I think you got Gore. All right. Ryan Gavel and James Miller battling for that second place position, and then everybody else, the top 3, are kind of pulling away slightly from Ethan Burrell. So Gore, unless he makes a big mistake, is looking pretty good so far here with 7 laps remaining in this race. But James Miller, he's been behind Ryan Gavel this whole race, just slowly applying pressure. He's fine. He's where he needs to be. If he makes a mistake, if Ryan Gavel makes a mistake, then James will be there to pounce.
There are some sections of the track where James is a little bit better, and you can see those sections because James will close into Gavel. But then I think it's when we get towards like the front part of the track, Gavel is a little bit better. So this section right here, I believe, is like James's wheelhouse. Seems to be doing pretty good catching up to Gavel, but just can't make a pass just yet. Might have to use a bumper. Might try to do it clean. Right there, all over his bumper, giving him the pressure. That is for sure. As Miller and Gavel continue. We're going to be coming around to 6 laps to go as we got a few more turns till we get to the front stretch. Number 1 and number 9 machine battling here. Second and third. I should say the 09.
Yeah, 09.
Miller all the way, just driving it in there. Gore. Brown, excuse me. Ray Bracey. Back here, Darren Staff. This is looking at the number 7 machine of Ray Bracey. 7 seconds back to the leader right now is the 45
James
machine
Miller.
of Staff.
Here he goes.
Oh, Miller making the pass, giving him the pressure. Looked out to the left, backed off, just really letting him know that he's there. As the number 09 of Miller, he's giving us a show. Miller all over the back of Gavel here. Going to be going into the back chute. Couple kinks. This is Miller's best part of his track, and he was already to the outside, excuse me, the left side of Gavel. If I'm Gavel right now, I know it's on. I got to get going. Gavel really slinging that thing sideways right now, just trying to drive away. Gore just hanging up to about a second lead. Goes from about a second to about 1.3 seconds. Not driving away too fast. Might be saving his stuff a tad. Just doesn't want to burn him up on him.
Yeah, James Miller did a fantastic job in the exit of the first couple corners to get alongside Gavel, but Gavel had the preferred racing line and was able to get back to being single file and put a slightly bit of a gap. But I think that Gavel and Miller could potentially be outperforming Gore right now. I don't know if that's because Gore is trying to save his stuff for the very end, and actually, never mind. They're running similar-ish lap times.
So it looks like Miller is now all over Gavel. Every time looks to turn left. Inside to the right.
Oh, clean pass.
What a great pass.
Now, we saw that Miller was running a little bit faster lap times than Gore. I have a feeling that Miller may have the fastest car here so far with 5 laps remaining, and really, Gore isn't really that far ahead. So it's only a matter of time to see if maybe by the next 2 laps, if Miller can start catching back up to Gore. But for the time being, Gore has a 1.8 second lead towards Miller and Gavel.
Not this lap, but the next lap. We'll definitely get a good reading to see how good that 09 machine of James Miller is. And if the 09 will have anything for Gore, these drivers out front know. I know they know. They're going to be in for the next race towards the middle of the pack. And as fast as these drivers are out front, it's going to be awesome to watch them trying to come back to the field and try to win 2 in a row.
Yes, well said.
Coming around to 4 laps to go this time.
We're going to look a bit further back. We did see that Santiago Aguirre had an issue in the beginning of the race where Jake Scarborough, who has yet to still come out of pit road, so he has yet to actually start the race, got loose exiting the final corner and clipped the rear bumper. You can see he actually has no rear bumper. So damage maybe a little bit more than we expected, but he was able to provide us an in-car camera here for tonight. It's a little crop because I did not let him know that I cropped the images a little bit. So maybe by next week we should have one that actually looks better. But he's got both in-car camera, and I got the feet, and he is sporting some beautiful socks.
Definitely got some beautiful socks there for Santiago. No real bumper, just making it work right now. I
They're currently running in
Santiago
21st.
The 21st. It's tough night. Probably not what he was looking for. Do they get their cars fixed for the second race?
Yeah, here's the fun part about OSCA. You got 2 races, and you know the half one, or this is called a sprint in this specific one. I should have called it sprint. I don't know why I didn't. Is set up in iRacing as a heat race, and then half 2, or the feature race, the second race of the night, is set up as the main event. So you got clean cars. So it doesn't matter how many laps down you finished, if you started or not, if you wrecked, if you had a clean car. The second race is going to be like as if it's a brand new race week.
I'm sure a lot of these drivers would definitely love a fresh start, especially Jake Scarborough. With a tough start there, as it looks like the one machine of Gavel is actually starting to fall back. Looks like the Miller machine is not catching up to the Gore machine at all. Gore with just 3 laps to go. 2.5 at this point for the number 69 of Daniel Gore.
Uh-oh, did Beers crash? It was showing that he crashed, but I think he's running all right. So never mind that.
Looks like the 52 and 21 are on pit road. Currently, I believe, scored out of the race.
Yeah, they
Best
are.
way to put it.
Mm-hmm. And after 2 laps, Miller is faster than Gore, but not really by a significant enough margin. With 3 laps remaining, 2 laps now, because they're about getting ready to finish at this next lap. There really isn't much that they can do.
Miller really trying to get there. Needs to catch up a lot. Needs about a second a lap to try to at least give Gore a run for his money.
Let's see how this
As
one
we
goes.
take a look at this lap, Miller was slower. Yep, Gore is definitely a strong contender here, as it looks like Gavel is also falling into the clutches of Ethan Burrell. See if Noah Brown can capitalize on this racing as well, as we just got 2 laps to go here in the sprint. 1 caution we had for 3 laps right off the get-go. Ever since then, we've been clean and green. Everybody's been somewhat under control. Looks like right now the only battles are pretty much towards the back of the field, as the top 10 are pretty spread out. We got everybody starting to make some moves though. Nobody's side by side though. They're really driving it hard now. I can see them diving them in there. They've all got themselves pretty caught back up there from 5th to about 11th, I think, as these drivers continue to battle here. Looks like the number 69 will be coming around to 2 more turns to take the white flag here in the sprint race number 1. Just the sprint race, not sprint race number 1.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Gavel sure looks like he's a little bit all over the place. There are sections of the track where he is faster than the 44, but then there are times he's just not able to keep the car consistent, where he's in a section like this where he pulls away from Burrell, but then he goes wide in a corner, and then he loses all the time he gained, and he has to set himself back up, as we have already taken the white flag, as now Daniel Gore has pulled over to a 2.1 second lead. And unless he makes a mistake, we're going to be seeing Daniel Gore's a victory here in the second week here in Mid-Ohio.
I'm not saying I'm in the driver's shoes, but if you pull away on the straightaway and then you miss a turn, sometimes you might be doing a little bit of mirror driving.
He's got some lap traffic up ahead. I think that's Austin Beers, who's just been struggling, but Austin Beers is a great driver. He knows not to make a mistake here in front of the leaders. He's just going to let them go by.
See if he can hold on for just a couple more turns in front of our leader to maybe stay on the lead lap. Nope, he, like you said, is going to let them go. Stay out of the leader's way of Daniel Gore. Daniel Gore coming around the final turn this time. Gore, green to checkered. your leader. Number 69 is going to win the sprint race. Miller. Gavel.
Oh, Gavel loose, but he holds on to third.
Burrell, Brown, Johnson, Bracy, Staff, McIntosh, Jones, your top 10.
And here comes Caden Tubbs, Dylan Gooden, Watson, Evans, going to be coming out here about 7 seconds after by himself. No competition. Going to finish in 14th. Dylan Thomas in 13th. Hackathorn in 16th. 15th. Thomas in 15th. Hackathorn 16th. Dewar 17th. Rutt in 18th. Here comes Peeler in 19th. And actually, that wasn't Peeler. I don't know who that was. Where is Peeler?
That was a 71. They're just coming off one final turn down.
That's Jeff Green. Yeah, there goes Peeler and Aguirre. So congratulations to Daniel Gore and Ridux Racing for winning the sprint race here. So it's not over just yet as he's doing some celebrations. Little celebration slides throughout the S's. We have a bit of like a minute, 2-minute break. We're gonna talk and see, where some of the guys finished. And then we'll start with a 22 car invert and a 29 lap feature race in which we do expect some of these drivers, we do expect all of these drivers to go down Pear Road for sure once.
For sure once. They are definitely a few laps short on fuel, as we do have a few moments here before the next feature.
Just a few moments. Yeah, we were mentioning
results.
Yeah, we were mentioning Daniel Gore, winner for the sprint race. James Miller second, Ryan Gavel third, Ethan Burrell fourth, Noah Brown fifth, Cooper Johnson sixth, Ray Bracy seventh, Darren Staffen eighth, Ty McIntosh ninth, Kynan Jones 10th, Caden Tubbs, Dylan Gooden, James Watson, Zach Evans, Dylan Thomas 11th through 15th, Matt Hackenthorn in 16th, Dustin Dewar in 17th, Neil Rutt the third in 18th, Adam Peeler 19th, Santiago in 20th, David Westergreen 21st, Macchio Pernasiglio in 22nd, Tim Conrad, Alex Kenton, Austin Beers in 23rd to 24th, Jeff Green 26th, Thomas Capuano 27th, and Jake Scarborough never actually started this race. Finished 28th. We're gonna see if he actually does get scored or if he'll end up essentially having 0 points. I have to talk to Vic about that. But let's see if he scored. Okay, so he scores. All right, so so that's not gonna be an issue then. Vic, you're here, and it's time for us to once again revisit the topic of the commentator standings. I think you did great, Vic.
Thank you. I knew exactly what my plan was going into this race. Had to not burn up any good picks on ovals. So a top 10 will do. Jeremy, you get first pick again, though. Your pick sucked.
Hey, I gotta get them all out of the way now, right? Don't I?
Yeah, you get the good picks. Get the bad picks out of the way early, and then you get the good picks later.
All right. So for this pick, man, I don't know who to go with. I don't want to pick somebody, too good. I'm just kidding. Man. Oh man. Let's go with Dylan Gooden this time.
Good guy.
Also, that was the broadcaster's jinx because we talked about the whole full course cautions before the broadcast. So just wanted to apologize for talking about that.
Carlos, you're up next.
Oh man,
sorry, I'm up next. Sorry. So I could go with Daniel. I could go with almost anyone.
Oh, that's right. I did pick Daniel.
No, you picked. Yeah. So I know who I'm gonna pick here, and it's gonna be unconventional. But I'm going to pick a guy that I think, statistically speaking, might do well here. I'm going to go with the guy that I gave an EOL to for having the wrong banner. I'm going to go with James Watson.
Does he also have to start half two in the back? No. All right. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Is it?
Now you're up, Carlos.
No, it shouldn't be Trevor since I won.
No. Trevor picked the 69. You picked the 44.
Oh. Oh shoot. That's right.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I got confused. Okay. Yeah. So. Oh man. All right. Well, I have a feeling. He's not feeling the best, but he got himself a beautiful top 10, and I think he's going to earn himself another beautiful top 10 with a Kynan Jones pick here in half number 2.
That's a really good pick. I like that pick. So I purposefully didn't pick this guy because I don't know. Having to drive from the back is going to be a task. Oh, that's the wrong person.
What have you done?
Trevor wants the 09. Yeah, he
Okay.
wants the 09 of James Miller. So that's who he wants for half 2.
All right. Well, I mean, he
Okay.
won the first half.
Almost.
Almost.
Almost. For sure. We'll have to watch him drive through the field here. Just a few more moments. We'll get our lineup up on the screen and we'll show everybody what's going on there. It's going to be an exciting race. A lot of these good drivers, a lot of these great drivers that were at the front of the field now going to be starting mid-pack. It's going to be exciting to see. What do you think about it, Carlos?
I have a strong feeling that this is going to be a less of a chaotic race, and we're going to be seeing more of a tighter battle. We have pit stops that we now have to account for, and we're going to be seeing the mix of who's going to stay out late, who's going to go down pit road very early, and where are they going to meet in the middle, and who's able to shine through that, because we have really fast drivers starting 22nd and a bit earlier. Really in the deep of the field, you can easily get caught up in a mistake, but if you're able to be methodical, take it easy, and work your way through the field, it should result in maybe seeing a good clean driver able to get the win tonight. May not be the fastest driver, but I think we're gonna have a little bit of a change of pace.
I think this is going to be way more chaotic until we get to the pit stops. I think once we start pitting, it might get strung out. We'll see who can be mistake-free on pit road as well. That is going to be a key. Making a pit stop, making it a fast pit stop, but also not speeding or anything silly where it's going to get you a penalty now or after the race. I'm not sure if there's any penalties for not driving where you're supposed to on pit road and whatnot, but here we go, Carlos. We're going to be getting ready to go here for our feature event.
Yep, and as soon as the starting grid, this time I'll let you handle the starting grid here for the feature race. Soon as it comes on up here, any moment now.
Perking the solo there, and it's going to be starting us off. Westergreen will be there in second. Santiago Acquire in fourth. Adam Peeler in fourth, Neil Rutt, the third, will be starting fifth in his Binks Design Machine. Sixth will be Dustin Dewar. Seventh will be Matt Hackathorn. Eighth will be the Dylan Thomas Machine. Ninth will be Zach Evans. And 10th will be James Watson. My pick, Dylan Gooden. They're in 11th. Caden Tufts in 12th. 13th is going to be Kynan Jones, your pick, I believe. 14th will be Ty McIntosh. 15th will be Darren Staff. 16th will be the number 7 of Ray Bracey. Starting 17th will be Cooper Johnson. And starting 18th will be the number 65 machine. Of Noah Brown. A little hiccup there. My apologies.
That's all right.
Starting 19th will be the 44 of Ethan Burrell, and starting 20th will be Ryan Gavel. Starting 21st will be James Miller, and starting 22nd will be our first sprint winner, Daniel Gore. Then we got Tim Conrad in 23rd. 24th will be Alex Kenton. 25th will be Austin Beers. 26th will be Jeff Green. And 27th will be Thomas Capiano, and Jake Scarborough, who hopefully is on the track, will be rounding out our field in 28th.
And he is on the track. What you know,
All right.
glad to see him on the track. Unfortunately, Dylan Thomas is in pit road, so he missed the start. Will be starting this race from pit road, which in ovals will probably be, you know, maybe not the worst decision because you're probably going to have like a caution. You're not guaranteed a caution here. We had a caution on lap 1 on the sprint because of a stack up. Not, you know, you can't bank on there being 2 cautions early on in this race.
You certainly can't, but sometimes it's better to be safe than sorry. Like we said, this is a little bit longer than the first one, 29 laps instead of 17. We got to do pits, all that good stuff. He's saving fuel if he's not running on pit road. He can probably go an extra lap. It might work out. We'll see what happens here. As the drivers are now coming on the backstretch and getting ready to come to the green.
I don't think you can save like 5 laps here.
You can make it go a little bit longer, though, I think, you know.
That's true. Pace car's getting ready to pull off. Personally, for me, I think that once that window is open, you go down pit road, especially if you're stuck in the middle of the pack with traffic that's slowing you down. You go down pit road, you get on a track that's empty, nice in front of you. I think that's how you're going to gain a lot of time.
I'd probably go about halfway and just throw on a quick set of tires and see what would happen. Pace truck's off. Green flag's out. Oh, not a good start there for the number 28. As the number 9 got a great start. Not sure if Miguel was not ready to go or what there. As, like we said, we got different faces in different places right now.
Yeah, Mekio lost. He lost the lead immediately. David Westergreen on the outside was able to get that whole shot. Got the spot, is leading the race. Santiago in 3rd, Adam Peter 4th, and Neil Rudd battling for that 4th position in 5th.
Right now, these drivers up front are probably like, wow, this is quite the feeling not having any more cars around us. What can they say up front? The car's driving in deep here into the next turn. 3 wide battles. Wow, I don't know how these drivers haven't wrecked yet. Man, 3 wide through the S's. Unbelievable. Look at these drivers. I'm surprised we, knock on wood, haven't wrecked it yet, haven't bent it yet. We're doing great. That's those drivers that were up. Oh, there's the one. The 14
Alex Kenton
car.
has got around. Alex Kenton did not have a strong first half and already off in the wrong side on this second race. Look at this, Kynan Jones. Kynan Jones alongside half 1 winner Noah Brown. Excuse me. Oh my goodness! Hackathorn around. No caution. And he's in a really bad spot. He's going to have to wait for everyone to go around. See if we can get a quick replay.
All right, let's check out the replay. Might have just got on the gas a little too hard here. It's the 04 machine.
Yeah. A little too much beans exiting the corner. And then hit the front end on the inside wall there, on the pit wall barrier. I think he's going to be okay, but he's lost way too much time.
Great job by the rest of the drivers to avoid that car that was sitting sideways there. Luckily out of the racing line. I believe the number 19 is on pit road. I'm not sure for what.
That's Austin Beers. I think he had an issue. I think he was off track a little bit there.
Scarborough as well. Scarborough, no good luck in these races. This Kynan Jones has got pressure all over his back bumper of the Brown and the Gore machines. Diving in the inside there. Look at that wicked tight racing. Great driving by these drivers right now. I mean, this is crazy. This is all chaos right here. We got these fast drivers trying to make their way towards the front.
And Kynan Jones doing a great job holding back Daniel Gore. And what that done is it's allowed James Miller to get right on into the back bumper. He passed Noah Brown, and he's on the back bumper of Daniel Gore.
Our 1-2 finishers right now marching through the field, 13th and 14th, as they set their sights on there of Kynan Jones. We look at the feet of James Miller here, hustling this car around this backstretch, long straightaway. I'm not sure what the top speed is going to these turns, but they are hauling the mail, that is for sure.
Oh, kind of locks it up. I think he, Gooden locks it up, I think. But he's able to hold on to that position, not really lose too much time. Just locked up the front and gave us a little bit of a fright as Gore is going into the inside here of Kynan Jones and is able to complete the pass. Oh, a little bit of contact between James Miller.
Great battling by these drivers right here. Just touches, just little touches, nothing too crazy.
Ooh, lock up here. Little lockup from Noah Brown as he's struggling to complete the pass here on James Miller. Goes a little high, wide, and handsome, is able to secure it. Gave up on that battle with James Miller, but now has a hard-charging Ethan Burrell right behind him, and Ryan Gabbles isn't too far away behind either, as he's now side-by-side.
Oh, off the track, excuse me, just barely there for the 65 machine.
Darren Staff to the outside.
Oh, almost 3 wide there. It wasn't going to work. Love that Mountain Dew live wire scheme. Really a great throwback to Mountain Dew live wire. Oh, we got trouble up front. Trouble up front. I'm not sure what happened there with the 9 machine of Wester Green. We got cars off the track. I'm not sure if somebody overdrove, but we have a change for the lead up front.
Yeah, for sure something happened. David Westergreen, who lost the race lead. I'm going to see if I can pull it up here. Just give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, that I just caught it at the corner of my eye. I looked down, all of a sudden there was cars off the track, and I'm like, oh, we're looking at the front. We'll have to get a good eye on this and see what we got here.
This is the pass for the lead. Locks. Oh, wow!
Oh, just lock them up. Okay. Westergreen was going to make the pass, and whoever was the leader was there, excuse me, at that time, just locked them up going into that turn.
So, Mecchio Perniciglio was
Mecchio,
going
that's who
for
it
the
was.
lead.
That's who it was.
He was going for the
Okay.
race lead and locked it up, and he just ran wide and also ran David Westergreen wide. Westergreen recovered significantly well, only losing 2 spots, but Mecchio has now dropped down into 12th position. That really puts James Watson in a really good spot here. He's second right now behind Santiago. And they're kind of pulling away from Westergreen, who, of course, you know, had the issues. He's getting passed right now by Ty McIntosh, the Sith Lord.
McIntosh with the pass now puts himself up to 3rd. The pink number 10 machine there.
The numbers by Joe. And now Ray Bracey's going on to the back bumper, getting ready, trying to make an attempt to pass David Westergreen, who at this point is maybe just trying to keep the tires cool, and the 70 Bojo goes, oh no, as he goes high, wide, and handsome and into the racetrack, into the dirt.
Behind him.
Yeah, Caden Tubbs, I think he got hit. You mentioned is, how did this happen? The 73 has no back bumper. His chaps are
all over.
Oh, contact from James Miller.
Miller marching through the field. Miller has also driven away from, I believe, our first sprint winner there. As Miller continues to drive away from Gore, who was very dominant in that first round.
Something must have happened to Daniel Gore. I'm gonna see if it looks like he went off track as well as Darren Staff.
As
But-
Watson now is putting the pressure onto Santiago here for the lead. We'll check this replay.
What happened to Daniel Gore? Because they were running up near the front. Oh, well, sorry. They were running up front as contact from his teammate as he goes around.
His teammate. Oh my goodness. I thought something was off there.
That's not what you want to see here at Redux Racing. That being said, another Redux Racing driver, Santiago, is currently your race leader, but he has to put up with a hard-charging James Watson for that position.
Watson just all over his back bumper. So much better. Oh, gets a great accident all over. Pushing him down the straightaway. He's going to make a left-hand turn to get to his left side. It's Santiago going to let him have her, battle him hard. Santiago seems to be kind of falling back just a little bit. Looks like he's going to clear him. This is going to be a clean pass. Santiago just concedes there. Thinks about making a right-hand turn, but cooler head prevailed there and just let him drive away and see if he can get back to him here in the next couple laps.
What a beautiful pass by Watson. It's immediately starting to pull away from Santiago, who, held his own, led a couple laps there. As 65 and the 0-0 are side by side for that position.
65 of Noah Brown looking for position number 12.
32 locks it up, comes up, makes some contact as the 66
With
of
Neil
Neil
Rutt.
Rutt the third goes around. No caution though. 23 laps remaining.
Everybody gets some turn back around and gets going. Chaos all over the place. We'll have to see what happened on that event. 65 of Brown, 00 of Tufts, the one with Gavel in front of them. Miller, James Miller, we'll have to check his lap time and see if he can get there, that leader, because he is just marching through the field right now. Making it look so easy. I'm jealous, that is for sure. Awesome shots here by 3-wide television with our multi-cam. Everybody just getting through here, turn 1, now getting to turns 2. Number 7 of Ray Bracey now finds himself in the 4th position. Jeff Green there is up 9 positions to 45.
Dustin Dewar having an issue. He took a tow. He's crashed.
Just to endure. Yep. Decided to just take a tow.
Oh my goodness.
What? Oh. Finds himself by the front stretch. Yikes. Not a good set of events
Dustin
there.
Dewar is running a little bit further back as Darren Stapp battling side by side with Caden Tufts for a position. Dustin Dewar, he took a tow, automatically sent him to the top of the board for a split second before iRacing had caught on to their mistake and sent him all the way back down. But yeah, Dustin Dewar currently 25th, and with Thomas Capiano and Austin Beers and Jake Scarborough not running anymore, I think he's probably going to be finishing in 25th position.
Jake Scarborough with not a very good night tonight. As we got a battle for position number 2 warming up here as James Watson is pulled away to a 3-second lead.
Dan McIntosh wasted no time in getting past Santiago Aguirre as he's now starting to pull away heavily based on a couple corners in his pursuit to catch up to Mr. James Watson.
James Miller now up to position number 5. Miller marching through the field. I believe that puts Miller up up 13 positions almost. Incredible
up
drive
16.
right now out of 16. So yeah,
The biggest mover of the night so far. 16
James
spots.
Miller at wasting no. Look at all this clean track he's got in front of him as well. He's gonna just drive into that lead. This is gonna be really exciting to see as we got 20 laps to go next time by.
Question is, I'm sure pit window is open now. When will these drivers start going down pit road? I personally predicted it was going to be an early, as soon as the windows open, we go down pit road, or some guys would, but nobody has. It's a very interesting thing to see here.
Maybe they're all going to take it to the end, or they're going to do the halfway strategy. We'll have to find out here as the leaders are now coming around to get the 20 to go signal from the flagman, which is no signal. I just wanted to make that up and have some fun with it. Unless you've got 20 fingers.
Yeah, you just have two stewards out there holding out their hands. So you have 4 hands. That's 5 fingers each. So we've been seeing a bunch of beating and banging going around the racetrack, and honestly, not really too much carnage. Everybody, has been keeping it fair, hasn't been pushing the limit. The 73 lost his back bumper a while ago, but he's still out there. Just lost the top 10 to Darren Staff, Darren Staff, the 69 of Gore, as well as his teammate Noah Brown. They've all had a big battle throughout this whole race, trying to get as many positions as they can. And good recovery for Daniel Gore, who got accidentally turned by his teammate a while back. And I thought he lost a lot more time, or he didn't lose a lot of time, but he was able to catch back up to the rest of the field just based on how quick he is. And Daniel Gore, he won the sprint race, and they're talking about how we may not see the fastest car win this race just because of having to battle through the competition.
I'll tell you what, though, James Miller's making it look easy. I think he's just hanging on to about 6 seconds. We'll just see if he can cut into it any as we come around this time.
Oh, Darren Staff went wide.
Staff. Back on the track, no harm, no foul. Miller also getting ready to get into some lap traffic. Excuse me, the leader's not in any lap traffic yet, excuse me.
Oh no, Santiago spins it, and doesn't spin it, he just goes wide. He locks up the tires. Yeah, and went all the way into the grass and the dirt and lost a bunch of spots, down to 6th position as Ethan Burrell, James Miller, and Ray Bracey have gone on by him.
Pretty calm right now. Surprised nobody's made the turn to pit road. Everybody has had some type of event early on, I'm sure, but everybody's still clean and green. Like I said, not too much carnage, but there's definitely a couple cars missing some pieces. As you can see in this shot, the number 73 is one of them.
Jones. Yeah, doing a fantastic job, but I hate to say it, I think he's holding up these people behind him, but he's doing a great job. He's slow enough where he's holding them up, but he's fast enough where they can't necessarily get past him. And the question is, how long until these guys are going to be like, okay, I've had enough, I'm going to take one for the team and just punt you.
I'm sure these drivers are hoping Kynan just makes a mistake, but as you can see, Kynan not making a mistake.
Oh
So
no,
just
Cooper
got, like,
Johnson has crashed, I'm being shown. Yeah, he's gone off track. He's coming to, he came to a stop for a second, but he lost a lot of time as he's now dropped down a couple spots down to 18th. What a memorable drive by Kynan Jones. Just holding on for dear life and getting his back bumper literally bumped off early on in this race, and he's still out there in the top 10. So what a drive.
Almost pulling away a little bit right there too, it looks like.
Yeah.
Great. Is Gore and Brown now back together? Teammates Brown, I believe, has moved Gore a couple times.
Look
Looks
at
like
this.
everybody is faster than our leader right now.
And I have a
putting
feeling
together a really good lap.
I have a feeling if we do show James Miller time, I'm sure it will also be faster than Watson, as he's oh wow, he is 0.7 of a second faster than James Watson is. At least that's how he was last time by. So the top 4 are significantly gaining time to your current race leader. And remember, James Watson started this race in 10th, so he had to go through a couple drivers and pass them, I should say, fairly cleanly to get to that position. And, well, he's holding on now, but Ty McIntosh, Sith Lord, coming in, catching up. He's slow and steady, but he's catching up with plenty of time to go.
I want to be in James Miller's camp right now because he's put on one heck of a show. All the way up from what, 20th, 21st starting position. Oh, there we go. Pit road is open. Here we go. With 17 laps to go. Everybody's splitting this down to a sprint to the end. See what I did there? The sprint was 17 laps.
Yeah, so I think we're going to start seeing some drivers start going down pit road. I don't necessarily think that the majority of the field will, but yeah, we're going to start seeing some guys go down, and it'll be a matter of time before we see how strict the competition is going to be.
We'll have to see what these fresh tires do for these drivers as well. As the leaders are now just coming around the final turn, and they are just off the onto the track here, so you don't really lose a lap as long as you're close enough to the leaders.
Yeah. Big road course. Like it took them a while for them to catch up to the pace car. Well, we had that one caution. But
That felt
McIntosh,
like forever.
yeah, McIntosh is under a second now, almost close to half a second now behind Watson, as it's only a matter of time before he gets onto the back bumper. 0-0. Caden Tubbs down pit road. Kynan Jones also down pit road.
More strategies unfolding. We'll see how many more drivers make the commitment to pit road. The 75 is on pit road as well.
Dylan Gooden going down pit road as well. So is Matt Hackathorn.
As everybody gets kind of strung out, James Miller making this look so freaking easy because he is got his sights set on that leader. I think James Miller should be the fastest one on the track right now.
I think so too. He's going to get to the back bumper of the 7 of Ray Bracey here very soon. And interesting fact, all the 3 Redux Racing machines, they're all back to back to back. 7th, 8th, and 9th. None of them have gone down pit road just yet. But it's pretty cool to see them all like S-ing around and moving all close to each other.
Those moments definitely make for some great team photos as the number 10 makes the right-hand turn, left-hand turn. Behind him, more drivers. Pit road
James
is
Miller.
getting busy.
James Miller started in the back, has a very early pit stall. That's going to be good for him. He's going to try to get this done as quick as he can and get back out on track. I have a feeling once this is all done, we may be seeing James Miller take the race lead. Does the 73 have a back bumper now? Did they add it? Wasn't quite sure. A lot of other drivers going down pit road. Pit road is a busy place right now.
James Miller almost got the lead while driving through the field. What can James Miller do with clean track? We'll have to see. It's like you said, pit road is busy. Everybody's making their pit stops. So it looks like almost everybody is on pit road now. Neil Rep.
Yeah. The top 6 have yet to go down pit road. So Ty McIntosh, Ray Bracey, Ethan Burrell, Ryan Gavin, Daniel Gore. Daniel Gore and Santiago have yet to go down pit road.
What if anybody took fuel only? We'll have to see what the strategies are.
I don't think anybody here is the times I'm seeing, they're all about 14, 15 seconds.
Okay.
I don't think anybody here has decided to take fuel only. Here, McIntosh.
Yep, McIntosh on pit road now.
Ethan
As we
Burrell, Ryan
now
Gavel, Mr. Gore.
halfway mark this time.
Hey, you nailed it. You're like, I have a feeling people are going to go down during the halfway mark, and they sure were. Nobody came down when pit road opened. They all decided to come down right now.
I just hope they didn't think that my advice was good.
I mean, if the leaders are doing it, then yeah, I think it is good.
We'll have to see how it plays out for them as they are now pulling off of pit road. Looks like James Watson will take over the lead with James Miller in second.
Ray Bracey has yet to go down pit road.
Yes,
In
we're
addition, Tim Conrad also hasn't gone down Pear Road, but he's further deep down in the running order, so it's not going to be an issue for him.
Looks like Alex Kenton has retired as well tonight. Looks like that puts 5 drivers off the track, or 28 car field. Not too bad. There's a lot of chaos going on in this race, and these drivers are doing pretty good. Here at the halfway mark, only lost 5 cars.
Well, with Ray Bracey going down Pear Road, I'm assuming very soon that's going to turn this into a James. Oh, there he goes down Pear Road, as this has now become a James and James show. As James Watson has about a second and a third, 1.3 seconds lead over James Miller. So we'll be seeing how their lap times are here very soon. I have a feeling James Miller has the fastest car and is going to be able to get past James Watson with relative ease. Ty McIntosh behind him. I did see Ty McIntosh running up ahead of these guys before they went down Pear Road. Lost some time, and while he was gaining time on the leaders, I don't think he was gaining anywhere near the same level that Miller was.
Miller kind of in his own, I should say, field, because it's just so far back and making it look easier. Right here battling for the lead, only at halfway. James Miller is definitely putting on something special this evening.
Yeah, under a full second now, with 13 laps to go, as he's just overdriving, not overdriving the corners, but he's driving it in there deeper than Watson is, and he's able to keep the car and is able to land all the corners and everything in the braking zones, just nailing it perfectly, and he's just gaining time that Watson just can't defend off.
We have 13 laps to go, but I'm going to say 12 and a half laps to go for Miller, McIntosh, Bracey, Watson, Burrell, Gavel, Gore, Brown, Agar, and Jones as we wait for the number 7 machine. I believe came down pit road. We'll see how it all works out for him, staying out that little bit later.
He's on the back bumper now.
We'll have to see how these tires play out for the number 7 machine if he got those tires.
The 7 did take tires, yes. You see right there significant gains from Miller into Watson, and look at that. Look at this. This is green because that was Watson's fastest lap of the race, and Miller was 0.7 of a second faster.
Miller just putting on a clinic from behind the leader. Look at this. This drives in there, makes it look so easy. McIntosh right there as well, ready to pounce. This lead battle gets a little too crazy as McIntosh looks to the left, looking for the crossover. Nope, gonna keep his nose there on the left side, gonna let him get clear. Live to fight another day as the pressure is on here as we look on the back bumper as Miller now to the right side of Watson. Watson trying to do everything he can to stay out front right now of the 09 of Miller. Miller has been the fastest car all night in this main feature. Not only in the first one, but definitely making like astonishing strides to come from 19 positions back to where we are now. Battling for the lead with 10 laps to go. 11 laps to go.
And we kind of knew that there would possibly be an issue because you can easily catch up to the driver, but once you get there, it's a whole different ballgame because you're in the back bumper. You obviously want to pass them cleanly. You don't want to cause any issues, and especially with James Watson. James is out here running for a specific reason out there tonight, as he's got the lead. I'm sure he wants to go on and get the win. You know, it's today is his uncle's birthday, and unfortunately, he passed away 4 months ago. So he's running this specific scheme in his honor, and if he can get that victory for his uncle, that's going to be a fantastic. But he's going to have to hold off hard charging James Miller and Ty McIntosh for the next 10 and a half laps. And, if he can do it, that'll be a miracle.
Yeah, this James Miller machine losing a little bit of time on the exit there. Looks like Watson, a little bit better acceleration right now. Maybe managing his tires a little bit better. I believe they pitted at the same time. I cannot remember. As Miller gets there, almost contact, if not a little contact.
And to answer your question, James Miller and James Watson did pit in the same lap.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I remembered it correctly.
Ty McIntosh pitted a lap later, lap 15, compared to Watson, the James at lap 14. Here we go. To the inside goes Miller. Watson defending on the outside, a little bit of netcode contact, but they're all okay going into the next set of corners. Side by side, they still go here.
Through the kink, down into the S's. It is really hard to go through here side by side. McIntosh there as well. Behind them, Ray Bracey coming in the picture. We're going to have a 4-car battle with 10 laps to go here at the Middle of Ohio GP.
I keep telling you, OSCA produces some of the best road racing I've ever seen, consistently without fail. And we have another barn burner here right now, as James Miller has gone around and gotten past James Watson, and now Watson has to hold off that second place position to Ty McIntosh.
McIntosh with the 1 lap fresher tires. Can he get around the Watson machine and go put a fight up to Miller? Miller from 20 positions back to be where he's at right now. Absolutely incredible. Bracey right there on the heel of these two right here in the battle. I believe 2 lap fresher tires, if not more, trying to make those fresher tires maybe have some type of fight in this battle. But right now the Watson machine holding up these two drivers to get to that leader right now of Miller.
I don't think that Ty has the car that's faster than Miller, but if he wants to even have a chance, he needs to get past Watson right now, because Watson is for sure slowing down Ty. And that's also allowed right behind them Ray Bracey to start catching up.
You can see right there McIntosh trying to everything kind of just get to his bumper, just give him a little touch, nothing too crazy, just to get around him quicker, because like you said, Miller is pulling away over a half a second already.
Oh! There's a little bit of contact between, I think, Ty McIntosh and Ray Bracey. But they all made it A-OK so far, though, as Ray Bracey holding on to that 4th place position. Ethan Burrell in 5th. A little bit further back in the top 10, Darren Staff has been reintroducing himself back into the top 10 as he got past Kynan Jones, who I'm sure now that he's lost the top 10 but has a rear bumper, is starting to not feel as well as he was earlier when he was in the top 10.
Maybe he wants that rear bumper taken back off, because when he didn't have it, he was in the top 10, and now he's not. Must have fixed his car too good.
Take a look at the last couple of laps here, and wow, nobody has anything for Watson. McIntosh is slower than Miller. McIntosh is slower than Watson, but I have a feeling that's just because he can't get past him.
Miller just driving away, out on a Sunday drive on this Thursday evening. 8 laps to go for Miller. Can Miller make the impossible happen? I think so, because he has to hang out for 7.5 more times. Daniel Gore in the number 69 machine, who was our first sprint winner, I should say, right now finds himself in 7th place, just a few seconds back. See if he can find himself more towards the front. Rear tires just a spin on these cars.
Sorry about that. I had a small issue here.
It is absolutely okay. I was taking a quick swig there of a drink, so.
Yeah.
I believe the pressure tires of Bracey's fast, but it looks like Ethan Burrell is going to give him a little action as he gets pinched down there over that little hump. Bracey not able to make the pass, Bracey able to hold on for the pass as looks like McIntosh missed the turn. That's going to open up the door for more cars behind him as they're now side by side. Bracey and McIntosh.
Yeah, a little wide, and now he's starting to stack up the field. Now I'm starting to think McIntosh has maybe killed his tires, even though they're slightly fresher. Comes across the 7 and gets turned, and around goes McIntosh.
Oh, and the 7 almost spins out. Still straight. We're still side by side for second. Third. Excuse me.
Once these guys settle their battle, I'm gonna pull up that replay of Ty McIntosh. From a quick angle, I think he came across the 7, but we're gonna take a look to see if that's what happened, or the 7 came across him, or if it was just a racing deal. Personally, I think it's a racing deal, as the 7 is gonna solidify that third place spot for the time being. Let's take a look at the replay.
Taking a look at our replay. 7. Oh, looks like the 10 just got loose.
Yeah.
0 contact from the 7.
Wow, I really did think that that was contact, but there wasn't.
Absolutely 0 contact from the 7. Clean pass.
There's just too much gravy going into the corners and around the rear end went. McIntosh still in 7th, so he's still in the top 10. But of course, he's not where he wants to be. He wanted to be in that third place, or he wants to be in the lead, but he was running in the third place spot. I'm sure that's where he wants to be. But Miller, Watson, the James and James show, has about 2.5 seconds over third place. Ray Bracey, Ethan Burrell 4th, Daniel Gore in 5th. As Gabo, McIntosh, Brown, Staff, and Aguirre in 10th.
Kynan Jones just outside the top 10. Tufts, Johnson, Jeff Green, Dylan Gooden, your top 15.
Kynan Jones just outside the top 10, like you mentioned, but I think he's faster than Santiago up ahead of him. Santiago's been struggling this whole race, hasn't been able to be as consistent as the rest of his teammates. While he was further up front, he's now dropped down all the way to 10th, and I have a feeling that Kynan Jones is going to get past him before this race is over.
Kynan Jones has 2 cars right there that he could potentially pass. With 5 laps to go this time for the field. The flagger now has his 5 fingers up in the air. Not 20 of them.
Yeah. How quickly that went from 20 to 5. There you go, down turn 1.
Crazy.
I always struggle here in this track in turn 1. I just can never seem to find where I want to properly angle that car.
I believe it's been about, what, 40 minutes?
36.
For this
37. 37 now. So 37 minutes now.
Yeah, these drivers are doing great on time right now, especially not having a yellow, obviously. James Miller, what a story of the night tonight for the 09 machine there. Just barely missed out on a win in the first one. When it comes to the second one, just puts on a clinic.
Kind of just
88 of Santiago
kind of just needs to do what he's doing. Take it easy. Don't overdrive it. You're there. So, the way it's going, Santiago's making mistakes. He's overcooking it, and there he goes to his outside.
To the left side of Santiago, but that 73 car is faster than the 60 or 88 there. Looks like he's going to make the pass. Santiago looks like he just gave him the position. Smart move by the number 88 of Santiago.
Yep, and Santiago may be outside the top 10 right now. He's 1 spot shy, but any one of these drivers could have an issue and he'll be right back in the top 10 with 4 laps to go. There's 4 laps. It's less than 5 single digits, but that's still plenty enough time for people to make mistakes here. Even the race leaders, you can never count out a race leader from making a mistake and ruining their race. I remember Jeff Gordon, Watkins Glen 2007 had that race won, and then with like 9 or 7 laps to go, locked up the rear end and spun himself in turn 1, and Tony Stewart won that race, and I was not happy.
Even the professionals do it when it's racing, not crashing each other.
Yeah.
Jesus. As we get ready to finish up this race, the 09 machine of Miller getting ready to come around the final turns here for 3 laps to go. They are just laying these laps down. A minute and a half, just under a minute and a half a lap each time. This Daniel Gore finds himself in the top 5 now. That's a great run for that machine and that driver. That was a hard fought one. Won the last race. Now finds himself 5th right now. Looking for 4th with eyes on 2nd. Miguel Pernicello looks like is out of the race now as well. As we are now at 2.5 laps remaining in this awesome feature so far. It's going to be a great finish. The 69 machine there of Gore now battling hard there with Burrell. Slight blink by the vehicles on the track. Everybody continues on here looking good. Gavel was also part of that mix there in the first feature, sprint. This feature, not so much, as we got 2 laps to go. Kind of just hanging out there and just outside top 5 and just kind of been following. I'm assuming Gavel just followed Gore right up the field. It actually blows my mind that a lot of these drivers that are going to finish in the top 5 might have started from outside the top 15. Incredible driving.
Yeah, that battle that we're watching right now with Ray Bracey, Ethan Burrell, Daniel Gore, Ryan Gavel, they're all close enough, but it's these are all easy spots to gain if somebody makes a mistake that we were mentioning, and while you're contending and battling for position like the 69 to 44 are, you could easily push somebody to do so. You just get right behind them, press L2 to intimidate, and you may have a spot, albeit an enemy.
Even though they're coming to the white flag, when they come to the white flag, they still have 2.25 miles to go, 13 turns. A lot can happen, and if you want to finish where you're at, you better stay on the track. Leader has 1 lap car in front of him, the number 35 machine. Shouldn't be an issue. White flag here on 3 Wide Television of the Weekend Woodsman Racing League here on the OSCA.
The
Sorry,
OSCA
the OSCA
Weekend
League
Woodsman
here on
Series,
the,
yeah.
Thank you. Woo, boy, I floopered that all up.
That's all right. Yeah, it's the 2024 B OSCA Weekend Woodsman Series here at the Middle of Ohio GP.
Thank you. Thank you for cleaning that up, making it sound a lot better, because, man, I dropped the ball on that one. My apologies.
It's all right.
All clean and green for our leader as we got a battle for, looks like 2nd to 6th. Yeah, 2nd to 6th. These drivers are all within striking range of each other. Is anybody going to make a move, or are they just going to be content with where they're going to finish?
I have a feeling somebody's going to try
Half
something.
a lap to go. Half lap to go, and they're all almost bumper to bumper.
And James Miller on his own zip code. And then if James Miller wasn't starting tonight to race, we would have had a 6-car battle for the win here.
This is a great battle for these final few positions. As we look at our leader coming around the final turns. James Miller, the 09 Tim Hortons Mobile. Gonna come around, final turn, gonna grab the checker flag. James Miller, he's your winner tonight in the middle of Ohio GP.
James Watson comes out the corner, going to finish second. Ray Bracey third. Ethan Burrell fourth. Daniel Gore fifth. And that's how it's going to do it here tonight. 2 fantastic weeks of racing. 2 beautiful split races here tonight. And while I can't ask for more, OSCA has once again produced some fine automobile racing. Some fine heavy stock cars here. At road course racing, and oh my goodness, I normally don't like road course racing, broadcasting wise I should say, because it gets a little boring, it gets split up, but my goodness, when OSCA comes road course racing, I am happy to be here.
That was a great finish, and that invert really played a great role in making a great finish, a great race for the feature event as the final drivers continue to come across the start finish line to secure their positions. We will get ready for some driver post-race interviews here shortly.
Yeah, we'll let some of these drivers settle in, get out of the car, get themselves all good to go. As we're gonna have a special. We're gonna talk to your 3 for sure. At least talk to your top 3 finishers here. Actually no. The way we're gonna do is we're gonna talk to Daniel Gore. We're gonna talk to James Watson, Ray Bracey, Miller, and we'll get a quick chat in with a special requested by somebody, Ty McIntosh. And I think we can probably start with Ty McIntosh, get him up here for a very quick interview. Let's see if I can pull him on up. I don't see him. Do you see Ty McIntosh? I don't see him.
I do not. No. What a stellar burnout, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Fantastic burnout by James Miller, for sure. As you know what, let's I'll go ahead and I'll let you do the interviews. I'll go ahead and bring up the half or the sprint race winner, Daniel Gore.
Daniel Gore is the guys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Good evening, Daniel. Good to speak with you again. Good to hear from you again. Man, what a night. You got that first sprint feature or sprint race win. You had to come into the feature, obviously at a deficit there. Man, how did you manage to climb out of the hole and come back to 5th?
I mean, with how fast-paced that whole race was, there wasn't really a lot of tire saving going on. At least it didn't feel like it. But, I mean, all I could have done was be smooth on my inputs, smoother than everyone else, and slowly pick apart those places one by one.
How bittersweet is it to win that first sprint knowing you're going to have to start from a deficit in the feature?
It's weird. It's very mixed. It's you want to win as much as you can, but then when you realize you got to come from 22nd on a road course, a tight road course, then it really sinks in just a little bit how hard the second half is going to be. But
yeah.
We had some contact. We got through in the end, and top 5 in feature, so I'll take it.
Awesome, great run, Daniel. Who you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
I want to thank. Let's see. First of all, I'd like to thank my sponsors. Jordan Kennington, I know he's watching, he always does. And my teammates for showing up and practicing and running this with me.
Awesome, good deal, Daniel. Great run tonight, and hopefully we'll see you soon at the next one.
Yes, sir. See you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Daniel Gore, our sprint winner there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sprint winner. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can bring up a You know, we're gonna give this guy the Hard Charger Award of the night, as we got Ty McIntosh for his valiant efforts in half number 2. Go ahead, take it away, Jeremy.
Ty McIntosh, the guys up in the booth, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well, we wanted to bring you in here. You know, we didn't probably get the finish you wanted, but you put up a heck of a fight. And what was it like out there? What was your strategy going into it?
I mean, I think with the invert, it's pretty much just try to get ahead of everybody that is faster than you behind you, which I think I did pretty well, and then just work your way through everybody. And I think a lot of my problem was I took too long on some of the guys, just resting, like trying to give them the grace of getting going. And I think that's really what got me, is I got to be more aggressive trying to get around them. But ultimately, I think what cost me the most there was just spinning. I mean, it's tough. I wouldn't say it was slick. I think it was pretty damn slick, but it wasn't horrible. Just made a mistake there and it spun it.
Well, man, great run tonight. We wanted to bring you in, just give you a quick interview. And who do you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
I got to thank Numbers by Joe. Joe's been huge for me this season. Everybody at Shifty Sports. Want to thank Gavel for keeping me in the loop there, helping me stay focused, and everybody in OSCA for racing pretty clean tonight. And then you guys for commentating, and Vic for putting on the show as always.
Awesome. Good deal. Great job tonight, Ty. And hopefully we'll talk to you in the winner's circle here soon.
I hope so.
Have a good night. Ty McIntosh with our honorary Hard Charger Award, because the hardest charger was definitely James Miller coming from the farthest back, but Ty McIntosh definitely put up a valiant effort there at the end. And it looks like our third place finisher, who should I grab next, you think?
Yeah, let's bring up our third place finisher.
Looks like Ray Bracy.
Where's
Yeah,
Bracy?
looks like
There
Yep,
he
I
is,
got him
yeah.
right there.
Go ahead, take it away.
All right, Ray Bracy, podium finish tonight, man. Welcome to the
Hey.
booth.
It's good
Man,
to be back. Yay.
Man, walk us through your night. I think you stayed out a little bit longer than everybody else. Do you think that helped you out?
Yeah, I think that was key. I think just having slightly fresher tires helped me in that second half of the second half. Just being able to stay out and push a little harder with Ethan Burrell just constantly on me. I needed that, whatever advantage I could get to help out. So fortunately, it didn't bite me too hard, and I think I came out in 5th place in the pit, so I was able to get 2 spots quickly. And yeah, I couldn't get James Watson at the end. Trying to, but I was gonna dive on him, but I didn't want to ruin it for both of us there. So I figured, just I'm happy with 3rd place. I'm happy with the top 5, honestly. This is great.
Absolutely, that's a great racer's mentality right there. Just to take the position you're going to be in and enjoy that finish, man. Great finish tonight. Who do you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
Thank my wife, Lisa. She's always dealing with me with my sim racing, so I really appreciate her. Just all my buddies at South Shore and all the other non-South Shore buddies I have, I guess, as well. And my cat Pushkin for being an awesome sponsor.
Heck yeah, man. I love it. Great sponsor. Congratulations on your podium finish. Hopefully we'll talk to you into victory lane here soon, Ray.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Yes, Ray, have a great night. Your P3 finisher, as I believe we'll work our way up the podium and grab position number 2 finisher of James Watson. James Watson, the boys of the booth, you got a copy?
I sure do.
Hey James, welcome to the booth. That was, I want to say, I believe that's your footwork that we're watching on that camera there. Why shoes?
Yeah,
that
it's
not
very,
you?
No.
It's not you. You don't wear shoes? Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because shoes are insane. I don't know how you people do it. P2 tonight. Walk us through tonight, and what got you here?
Wait, what do you want about
gonna
that?
go.
That is James Miller's camera.
I'm gonna go full Fast and the Furious and say family. As a good amount of the league knows, today is my uncle's birthday, and he passed away a couple months ago. So it's been a really rough rough time for my family, especially my dad. So I was bound and determined any way possible to at least get some sort of meaningful results. And you know, with Uncle Kurt riding on the hood of the car, so I was bound and determined to do anything within my power to make sure I did that. And I knew that winning the race was going to be difficult because of the absolute talent level that we have in the league on road courses. But I knew I was close enough that I could hold on and fight for a good result. And thankfully, I was good enough in the corners I needed to be to hold enough of a gap to everyone behind, to give myself some breathing room into the braking zones and keep them by through all the squiggly bits that you can't pass. So it basically became clear to me that if I don't step on it at any point of the race, I might be able to hold on and get Uncle Kurt a P2, and thankfully I was able to do that, and hope I made the family watching all over the country proud with what I was able to put together tonight.
Well, Watson, it was great watching you out there battle. Once again, we're sorry for your loss, and hopefully tonight was a good, I guess you could say, soul searching night, and help you ease the pain and enjoy the night. And who do you got to thank for getting here tonight?
First, I gotta thank Mom, Dad, all the family watching. I gotta thank everyone at Team Watson Racing Setups. Use code WATSPIN39 for 10% off at checkout. Chris Graham and the National Racing Network, Martin Sports and Racing Apparel, Boomer Butt Boxes, ZS Designs and ZV Designs for putting together my paints. And ZS Designs was the one that put together tonight's car and the tribute. So a lot of thanks to Zach. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome, great run, and hopefully next time we talk to you, it'll be one position better.
Yeah, here's open.
All right, James, have a great night.
You too. Thank you.
James Watson, our P2 finisher, and now we will grab our winner for tonight's feature event, the 09 of James Miller. James, man, hard charger for sure. What was it like battling through all those cars, and what was it like being in that first sprint, knowing you were going to have to start in the back, and did you think you were going to be able to actually make it work?
I mean, that was fun. That invert was a blast. I'm probably crazy for saying that, probably because it worked out so well, but that was pretty fun. But no, I mean, practice, I was terrible. I couldn't get my braking down. It was just either lock the front, slide around, or kick the rear out. It was bad. So I'm not really sure what I did. Once even qualifying, I managed to put in a good lap, and then the race started, and I guess it just went into race mode, and everything was clicking. Yeah, the end of the first little sprint, once we finally got going there, after we were racing around with the pace car, that was fun too. It seemed like I had a good long run. Like, I was kind of catching Daniel, but I mean, Cavill was holding me up, so it was a little hard to judge. And then I was like, well, this is fun, the invert will be here, let's see what happens, and just picking my way through. I mean, probably a little aggressively. I'm sure I made a few drivers upset, but felt like I had the right to be where I was, and didn't really do too many mistakes. But I don't know, we just undercut to try to not get anybody else get track position and tire position on me, and then just took off. Other than Watson put up the biggest fight ever. I was not expecting that. I caught him. I was like, this should be good. No, it was not. He held second. I guess I got to thank him a bit too, because he probably held up some of my competitors behind me who were might have been gaining, but I don't know. That was fun though.
It was definitely fun to watch from up here. Congratulations on your win. Who do you got to thank for getting you here tonight?
Once again, I gotta thank Cameron Rich, and Matt Hack for the car, the opportunity to race the season full time. Was not expecting to win technically two in a row. I don't know why I keep winning the second race. I think we got to work on the first race some more. But also inverts seem to be really helping. So I guess why break it if it's a good thing or something like that. But yeah, just shout out to Michael and Thomas. I know they had a rough go Mid Ohio, but they stuck around a lot longer than I was expecting them to. So props to them on that. And once again, shout out to Matt for racing under the weather, and he did a hell of a job.
Awesome. Congratulations again, James, and hopefully next week we will talk to you in the same position.
That'd be cool.
All right, good deal. Once again, your winner, James Miller. All right, Carlos, well, what do you think?
Oh, that was, I said it earlier, a fantastic race like always that OSCA produces here at the road courses. I'm beat. I can't wait for next week. It's going to be another fun race.
Awesome. Good deal. I believe that's going to do it from here tonight. This was the presentation of the OSCA Racing League by 3 Wide Racing Television. We'll catch you on the next one.